Hey guys, how you doing? It's Stormy here. So we're gonna start off today with Monsters and Monster Hunter. How this is gonna work is I'm gonna go through and give you a Monster Hunter at least 3 times a week, maybe twice a week. It just depends on how I'm feeling, that sort of thing. I am getting possibly a sinus infection, but anyway. So basically I'll be going over like stats, overall design, what I really like about the monster, that sort of thing. Just to give you guys a general overview, something to actually look forward to and actually look at. Um, Explain what I really like about the monster, what I like about the fight. Overall, just a general concept and stuff like that. That's kind of what I want to do. I kind of want to introduce you to all of the world of Monster Hunter, and give you guys something to understand about each monster, something to enjoy about each monster. Type thing. Try to get you guys into the world of Monster Hunter in a way. I know I'm not going to actually get you into the world of Monster Hunter unless you actually play it. That is something you're going to have to do. So anyway, who we're going to start with today is actually Nargacuga. So Nargacuga is pretty much a cool little wyvern that came about for Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. That's the first game that it was seen in. It has been in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, in 3 Ultimate, and it will be in Generations, which I'm excited for, very, very excited for, so I'm glad we're getting a new game. Nargacuga is basically classified as a swift wyvern, or its subtitle is, or its what you call it? I'm sorry. It's a swift wyvern in as titles. Most of us that are veterans in the Nargacuga world, or the not the Nargacuga world, but technically the Nargacuga world, call him Narg. I call him Cougar. I feel like Cougar fits him better, but because he acts more like a cougar in a way, if you've seen how they fight and such like that. Anyway, his classification is he is a flying wyvern. Basically, there's several different types of classifications. They all fit under something particular, and his is just flying wyvern, to be honest. Honestly, there's many in that category, Rathalos, Rathian, but we'll get into those later on. So, Nargacuga, very sleek and common design to me. It clashed very well. The design overall, taking the bird with the face and the wings and the claw-like talons, from like a tiger or such, or a cougar, as you would think of it, really work well together. The design is overall very, very, very sleek and very cool looking. Now, the moveset he has, he's very versatile for a monster. He basically, he can jump at you, he can spin around in circles at you. He's very, very swift. He's a very fast monster. He's got several moves that are really deadly. Now, the one you see there, that is his poisons, or his tail spikes. That is probably his most deadly move. That move there is normally what happens when he gets angry. When he gets angry, his eyes glow red, and normally you can't pitfall trap him unless he is angry. So, just some things to know in general. He can be very small, he can be very big. I think his cap for small is 1377.9 centimeters, and his cap for large is 2066.8 centimeters. Some of this information I'm getting from Monster Hunter Wiki. Some of this I already know, based on hunting him. Now, weaknesses. He's weakest to thunder, technically, or fire. So those are his 2 weaknesses, but thunder is his biggest weakness. He's extremely weak in the head and the feet area with thunder. So those are things he uses. I think he was more fun to fight in Freedom Unite than he is in 3 Ultimate, but that's subject to your opinion. So, if you have never played, then you won't know. If you have played, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. So, that's subject to opinion. Now, he doesn't give any ailments. He does have 2 other subspecies. He has the green Narga and he has the lucent Nargacuga, but I'm going to go over each of them in their own detail. And then there's the new one, the white Gale Nargacuga, and that one I will touch once I get to play against it and see exactly what I like about it. Honestly, when he's weak, he limps off. You'll notice when he's weak. What I really like about this monster is when you're fighting him, once you get to the part where you broke most everything except for his face, it's really, really cool, because once you break that face, he gets this sick scar right over his eye, and it looks really, really, really cool, Honestly, I enjoy it. You can cut his tail, you can break his arms, you can break his face. Those are the biggest breaks on him. And I think those have been updated since Freedom Unite. I don't remember what all you can break on there. I believe it's just the arms. No, I believe it's the same. The arms, tail, and the face. I'm not sure, though. Don't quote me on that. I'm thinking you can break the claws, but not sure. He's kind of easy to trip for dual bladers. Those that use dual blades will basically just stand at the back feet and do the demon mode or archdemon mode and pretty much do the spin attack, and it basically it'll keep him tripped up. So that those with switch axe or gun lance, great sword and shield, any of the other weapon users can cut his tail, break his face, break his arms, sort of thing. Also, when his front arms break, he does trip. So that's a thing to know. Like I said, you can't trap him in a pitfall trap unless he's angry. So when you see those eyes glowing red, it'll look like a streak of red when he jumps around, which he does a lot. But once you see that, go ahead and place a pitfall trap so that you can go ahead and just beat on his head and such. Once he's in a pitfall trap, a good weapon to use is a hammer, because you can just go ham on the head and knock him out, and then he's stuck in the trap for a little bit longer than what would be normal timing wise. So that's a good idea to do. Now, armor, I really, really, really like the ninja sleek scaled look to the armor, as you can see down here in the corner. The armor really, really accentuates what I think a real life Nargacuga would look like if he was, like I said, a real life Nargacuga would look like if they were around. I feel like the scales fit perfectly, especially from the base of the tail. If you've seen in some of the pictures, the base of the tail looks more scaly than the rest of him. The rest of him is more furred, which you get in the headpiece. Honestly, it has some good skills. Just overall pretty badass. It's better for, I believe, your bow users and such. Don't quote me on that, I'm not quite sure. Now, some things I don't care for about Nargacuga is how much he does jump around, and he makes it pretty much almost impossible for you to get, multiple hits on him at once. The other thing I hate is his extreme speed. Like, if you're healing up or if you're sharpening a weapon, he walks over to you really quickly and knocks you over, so that you can't do that. Now, I cannot stand that, for the simple fact that you don't get a lot of time in between the fight to actually do that, unless you're trapping him or something like that. That's some of the best times. Or like if he's knocked down, if you're needing to sharpen or take a health potion, do that. That's the biggest thing about that. Another thing about Nargacuga that I feel like Capcom kind of missed out on. I really enjoyed him in Freedom Unite. I really enjoyed him in 3 Ultimate, but I really would have liked to have seen him in 4 Ultimate, just to see how he traversed over the terrain. As 4 Ultimate, they did a lot of new things. I feel like he would have been really good for the terrain. honestly, I feel he would have been probably better than Tigrex or a couple of the others in some of the terrains. But I don't know. His design overall, I don't feel like it fit the game. So I'm kind of iffy on it about him not being in either. So it was a tough thing because I really enjoy Nargacuga. I really enjoy fighting him, whether it's regular, green, or lucent. And I'm gonna enjoy the newest one, but I don't know. I just feel like he would have been really good in the 4 ultimate because of the fact we could have used like the charge blade and the insect glaive against him. But I also see where they didn't want us doing that because they haven't gotten the mount mechanics down for him. So I can see where it was necessary as well. It just kind of sucks, you know, overall. But honestly, great games. Freedom Unite was amazing. I started with Freedom Unite, and when I got to him, I honestly fell in love with his design overall. The black is sleek with a little bit of red tints to it. It just looks amazing, and the yellow eyes is what really accentuates him and really makes you kind of want to just stop and stare at him for a few minutes. Now, some things I can tell you to do that I've done in the past. When you're playing Monster Hunter, if there's a specific monster you're having a lot of trouble with, take quests for that monster and just go study the monster. Study how it moves, study how it jumps around at the other hunters you're with or after you. Just study how the monster moves, and you kind of can build a sense and a consensus around how to actually fight him or it. Now, I know you've heard me comment with him. You haven't heard me say a lot of her. For me, I feel like every monster has their own unique gender because of the fact certain monsters act like men, certain monsters act like women to me, or act male or female to me. Nargacuga could go either way, but I feel Nargacuga is more male based on his temper and his agility. I feel like he's more male, so please don't get offended by that. That's not meant to offend any women or anything like that. I just feel like he's more male, so that's why I'm calling it a he. And you'll hear me do that in several videos. Now, his main signature move is the tail slam, like I was telling you about. He basically gets mad, really mad. He gets these spikes on his tail, and he just basically slams it at you. Now, he can also do this without getting mad. He'll slam the tail once, and then he'll slam it again with the spikes. This is the best time to go ham on that tail. Try to cut it as quickly as possible. You will break the spikes, and then you'll cut the tail. So that is a factor that I can give you guys. Other than that, guys, Nargacuga, the agility of Nargacuga, the overall sleek design, and just the movement of Nargacuga in the fight in itself is very enjoyable. And honestly, I would love to get, you know, Nargacuga in the new game and just see how the new mechanics work against him. But other than that, guys, I don't have much else to say about Nargacuga. The next episode I will post on Twitter what I'm doing. But I hope you enjoy this series. I'll be doing this series. I'm going to go over all the monsters of Monster Hunter in my own little time. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope you have a great day. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Also, leave a comment below and tell me what was helpful about this video, what things I can work on, that sort of thing. So, I will see you later, guys, and thanks for coming by to see it.